Hi guys, welcome to CGMA Academy and welcome to 2025. My name is Dumisani Shirisa and I am the director at CGMA Academy, and we welcome you to this module or this program, which is the strategic case studies. So we will be teaching you or showing you the ways in which you can deal with a case study effectively and to make sure that you pass it first time. That's the aim, for you to pass it first time or first attempt. So we are an organization or a tuition provider based in Johannesburg, South Africa, and below are our contact details. If you want to study with us or you want our materials, we do prepare pre-recorded materials, study packs, mock exams and solutions. We have all the CIMA materials for all levels and for all modules. So please, that's our email, info@CGMA Academy, and that's our contact details and that's our website. You can also just go to our website and find the various courses, CPDs and CIMA materials that we have there, and you can purchase online. Okay, so welcome to 2025, and I hope this will be a fruitful year for everybody. And for those who are studying this module or studying CIMA, wish you the best and to make sure that you pass and attain your goals. All right, so this is part of the how to deal with a case study videos or materials that we are preparing for those candidates that are dealing with the case study exams. So although this is for the strategic case study, it is also the same for all other case studies, like the managerial case study and the operational case study. So it is the same content that you find for those modules, but this we have done specifically mostly for the strategic case study, as it is the most intense one and it is the most detailed one. But the same principles will be applied to all others. So let's get into it. This is just a welcoming student or welcome message to all candidates that are registered with us or that are registered with any other tuition providers and currently studying CIMA modules, and specifically this the strategic case study. All right, so a sincere welcome as a CIMA registered student. We trust that studying with the CGMA academic content will not only be interesting and stimulating, but will also provide new knowledge and insights that will stand you in a good stead in your career and future studies. We hope that this material or these resources will be very helpful to you and to make sure that you understand the concept that you're trying to instill in you to pass at first attempt, which is the aim. All right, so before we move on further, CIMA has also incorporated the United Nations Global Compact principles, which are part of the principles that the businesses are being encouraged to obviously instill and to teach, and also to obviously include in their operations and everything. So we have got about 10 principles that businesses in South Africa and in the world over can or should instill in their operations. So the first group is the human rights. Principle 1: businesses should support and respect the protection of internationally proclaimed human rights. And principle 2: make sure that they are not complicit in human rights abuses. So I think this is a bit general. It's something that most businesses do already, but it's part of the ethical principles. There will always be some business that are not, and it's better that it is mentioned, and it is part of the principles that are being put together by the highest body or United Nations body. So it is part of ethical principles that each business should abide by. Now we have the labor category or labor standards. Principle 3, businesses should uphold the freedom of association and the effective recognition of their right to collective bargaining. Principle 4, the elimination of all forms of forced or compulsory labor. Principle 5, the effective abolition of child labor. Principle 6, the elimination and discrimination in respect of employment and occupation. And then we have what the environment part, which includes Principle 7. Businesses should support a precautionary approach to environmental challenges. Principle 8, undertake initiatives to promote greater environmental responsibility. And Principle 9, encourage the development and diffusion of environmentally friendly technologies. And then we have got the last category, which is anti-corruption. Principle 10, under that, which is businesses should work against corruption in all its forms, including extortion and bribery. So if you look at this clearly, you could see that these are part of the ethical principles that you have been dealing with from your first level or operational level up to now. But it is important that they are put into principles and by the United Nations, the highest body in terms of this, because these things are happening in some areas and are happening in some countries, whether they have these principles or not. So it is important that this is put into perspective and companies do practice. If you want to see how CIMA is incorporating this, you can go to that link that is there. You can just copy it and paste it on your browser and read more about these principles. It is important that we highlight them. You may not find serious questions that are really focusing on the United Nations principles, these ones, but it's important that you know them. And there are some questions that are always there in the case studies that include what you call the ethical requirements or ethical type of questions, where you need to identify if there is any of these principles that have not been met by the company that you have been given in your case study. And as you are planning and as you are preparing for the case study, you will have to identify which areas of these principles is the company not abiding by. And in your answers or whatever ethical questions that you'll be answering, you have to include now and talk to show that you have understood, you have depth. Part of your suggestions will be to maybe will be abiding with these principles. For example, CIMA likes to bring something like an ethical concern where children have been found in a mining company, mining, for example, in DRC, Congo. There have been a case study like that previously, and you will have to now state that also this is not, this is part of the principles that the United Nations are putting forward, and companies should abide on top of your ethical discussions. So it is important. Now, this strategic case study comprises of all the pillars at the strategic level, the E3, the P3, the F3. So what you have studied in your E3 or P3 or F3, depending on the route that you have studied CIMA with, those are the things that we are bringing in here. And now we're teaching you to obviously be able to write longer summaries or longer essays to respond to questions. And bring in all the information that you learned in your E3, P3, and F3 to really give a strategic view on a situation that you are given in a case study, or an analytical view of a situation that you are given in the case study. But the idea is that you'll be getting a case study, a pre-scene before the exam, which is usually a month and a half before. You research on it, you understand it, you do critical analysis, deep analysis, and understand its industry, everything about that case study. And then during the exam, you will get an additional information plus the questions. So additional information could be something that has been added on top of what you were given in the pre-scene, but still for the same company. And you need to be able to now look at your pre-scene and the new information and answer the questions that are given in an essay form, theory. So this is typing, this is online, this is you giving and showing that you have understood the case study, you have done your research, and now you are applying uh, whatever you know in answering whatever the questions that you get. But you will have a few of what is expected. We also have the mock exams to guide you on what is expected and how to answer these questions. So it is based on the 2019 competence framework syllabus. This framework really touches on the 5 main skills that a CGMA should be able to demonstrate. So we have the digital skills, and you can see in that diagram that it is in the middle because we are in the digital age, and in the digital age, all other skills are very important, but on the center of it, we have the digital skills. So you have to exercise all these other skills, but knowing that we are thriving in a digital age, and that's why we have it on the center. So a CGMA or a newly qualified CGMA should be able to demonstrate these skills: digital skills, technical skills, business skills, leadership skills, and people skills. I know that you could just go onto the CIMA website and check what technical skills are, business skills are, people skills are, and leadership skills are. But that's what is being tested here by CIMA. And obviously, enshrining everything is the ethics, integrity, and professionalism. Every accounting body aims to achieve good ethics in its professionals, integrity practiced by its professionals, and professionalism at the highest level practiced by its professionals. So these are the things that are being aimed at CIMA, and whatever you're going to be asked in this module has to do with achieving these. Now, this CGMA competence framework is designed to help management accountants and their employers to understand the knowledge requirements and assess the skills for both current and desired roles. The framework is underpinned by the need for objectivity, integrity, and ethical behavior, and includes continuous commitment to acquiring new skills and knowledge. The CGMA competence framework is the foundation that will demonstrate the relevance and capabilities of a CGMA as a trusted finance and business strategist. So knowledge areas are these, like I explained, the technical skills, which enables finance professionals to collect, store, process, and analyze information to be shared with various stakeholders. So we include preparation and dissemination of external and internal reports as per the professional accounting standards. Whereby the business skills obviously enable finance professionals to use their knowledge of the business and the ecosystems in which it operates to transform data into insights. And we've got the people skills, which is mostly about effective communication, which are used to influence decisions, actions, behaviors of decision makers and others throughout the organization and its stakeholders. So these are the things. We also have the leadership skills there, which takes place at various levels. So we've got 3 types of leadership, which can be identified as peer, functional, and strategic. So you can read through there. Peer leadership involves leading peers in and out of the finance function on issues that require an understanding of the operating understanding of the financial implications of events and issues in the organizational internal and external operating environments. Functional leadership refers to the leadership that ensures the finance function delivers its objective to the organization. And then we have strategic leadership, which is exercised at the strategic level, the highest decisions that are being made. The last part, we have got the digital skills. So finance professionals should have basic digital literacy to a deeper expertise in cloud computing, cybersecurity, data analytics, and digital costing. If finance professionals are to remain relevant, they need to keep pace with advances in technology. So we are in the digital age nowadays, and you need to be able to deal and to transcend all digital platforms and digital things in the digital era. Let's meet in the next video, part 2, where we continue with how to deal with a case study.